Hey everyone, John Runner 88 here, and does it feel like you're in the bowels of a Star Destroyer right now? Maybe even the Death Star, some type of Imperial installation in the Star Wars universe? Well, that is thanks to this diorama set that I have. There are other reviews online about this, but I just wanted to do one for myself because I've gotten so many comments like, "Oh, what's the background you use? What's the floor that you use?" It's all the same stuff. It's all from one set. It's a it's a diorama set. It's a modular diorama set. All these pieces here, you can kind of see the squared offness of some of the panels. It's all separate pieces, and you can take it all apart, put it back together however you want. And I'm gonna go through the set and just kind of explain how it works, some of the frustrations that come along with it, because everything has their frustrating aspects. But this is the Ubiquitous Nova diorama set. The Ubiquitous, I'm pretty sure, is the brand name. It is like an import type thing, but you can get it off of Big Bad Toy Store. That's where my set came from. And the Nova alludes to the LEDs. So there is a cheaper version. I want to say it's around like $80. It comes with most of the same stuff, it just doesn't have the LED components to it. And I'll go over all of that stuff. I just need to turn on my overhead lights for a little bit. And now you can tell that you are not any Star Destroyer anymore because they don't have yellow lights like this. They have nice white lights. But I also have this Stormtrooper here. This is a 4-inch Stormtrooper, 3¾ inch Star Wars figure. I think that they scale much better with this here. If you had a 6-inch figure, it'd be like up to here. And it can work just fine with it, but I think that you get more bang for your buck with using the smaller scale because obviously if you had, I could fit like maybe 50 figures on here, whereas you could have, I mean, they'd be shoulder to shoulder and smooching each other pretty much, but 6-inch you'd only probably get maybe like 20 or so, half that about. But I use it for my 3¾ inch Star Wars figures. Throw in some Jurassic World every now and then. But you can use it for anything that you're trying to get this generic kind of space theme with. I do think that they did kind of go for kind of Star Warsy theme with the almost like with the way the paneling works, like these kind of like straight lines here, and it's just it looks great. I think it just, I mean, maybe not this big hole here, but that's just like a way to feed some of the wiring through, which we will get to because that is one of the frustrations. But let's go a little mobile here. Freestyle. This is the box it comes in. Pretty big size. It's nice and colorful. On the side, it's got some examples of blurry things. It's got a lot of examples of setups that you can do. I'm not sure if all of these are possible with what is in the box. As you can see, it's got some characters there that alludes to its import nature. Yeah, you can see, I would imagine you could probably pull these things off with what's in the box. But would be a handful to deal with as far as putting it all together because it does have its frustrations. There's that word again. Here are the connectors. These little pieces are used to fix all of these panels together. And the panels are like two-sided. You can pop this off here. You can see that there's that little line on the top. So this is one panel, and this is a bottom panel down there. And they can be, you can use the front or the back or however you want to look at it. It does come with all these little flush edge pieces that you can use to kind of close up gaps, make it look more cohesive, which is very nice. And in between all of the pieces, we have, let's see, take this one here. So this is what the inside looks like. Bottom of the panels usually just got some pegs here. And you can see that there's these little holes on the side. Those are to feed these through. We've got some fun USB cables here. It's a USB-A or whatever they are. It's the kind of like older style, not USB-C. I'm sure it was cheaper for them to produce these or use these. A little more cumbersome to use than a USB-C, because USB-C can be used in, you can twist it around either direction. With these ones, you have to be mindful of which direction you actually put them in. And when so you can actually kind of see here that the wires go down into the middle of these panels, and they will go into, there's some panels that it goes into the front of. So with these, there's actually, these pieces here actually have a USB like dongle thing that sticks into like the front part of these, and they kind of go together. They're kind of like a pair almost. It's kind of like the only things in this set that really like are made to go with each other. But it makes a nice, like, this nice wall design here, and then you have these like curved edges here, and just like it makes a nice flush, just finished product when it's all put together. And then you've got these like pipes here that are cool, and these pieces here that the pipes can feed through. And there are, like, you could also put like a pipe coming out of this if you want it like going like across your display. Just a lot of interesting, like the first thing I put together was very chintzy. It wasn't too elaborate. It was just kind of like a corner, like a blocked off corner. And I took a few pictures in it, and then I took that apart, put something else together that's a little more elaborate, and then I put this together. Obviously, it was the last thing I put together. This setup, I kind of got like a little corner going on, and then kind of like a little straight portion here, so I can kind of get shots from here. I can do them straight on if I want. I could do something like this, and I do have some extra panels that are set up that I can kind of put off to the side if I want to kind of like fill out like a scene. And then I have my scrapbook papers that I will like lay down sometimes in front of this to make this look like a continuation of a hanger. Maybe this is like a kind of like like a repaired flat or something, or this is like leading into another part of like a vessel or a base. And I also have, this is from one of the solo sets. It's just like a gate from, I think, the Kessel set. No, not the Kessel set. It was the other one, with like the range troopers. But I use this. It's got it. The coloration is pretty spot on. I'll use that I'll put it like over here sometimes in the side and get like some shots like through it. And I like doing that a lot. And then there's, some corner panels, which are cool. And this set also comes with, it's got a little IR sensor here that you can plug in, and it's got a remote to do it remotely. I've tried that. I don't know what the directions are for all this right now. It does come with a booklet, and it's got like a lot of examples of things that you can build and actually instructions on how to build them. And I'm sure it's got instructions on where to, because I'm not exactly sure like where to plug this in, if there's a specific area to plug this IR sensor into to get the best effect, but when I plugged it in, it was like making the lights flicker a little bit, but wasn't exactly like controlling them. But I don't use that anyway because the lights are probably going to go off because it's a little finicky back here. Yeah, there we go. But it comes with this panel that it's got the on switch here. Something wrong with these wires over here. It keeps getting bumped, but typically when it's on, and you're not like, there we go. So, alright, so it's on, and then you got colors you can cycle through, maybe so. Alright, this is not a good showing for you. Alright. Alright, so there's like pulsing lights that you can do. Goes through all the colors. There's white, blue, red, and purple, which is a mix between the blue and the red LEDs. And the purple I think looks really cool. I've done some pretty cool shots with that. And then you can do each individual light just pulsing. You can do that with red, blue, white. And then you can go to the just static colors. So it's purple, red, blue, and white. And I'm bumping into it. And there are, yeah, it's being a little finicky. There's something with these wires here that I keep bumping into them. It's doing something. Come on now. I don't know if it's the wires, if it's the connections. It's all a bit of something. But yeah, this is what it looks like without the lights on. And you know, it still looks cool. And you can definitely use like, you know, you don't have to use the lights. Like I said, there is a set that does not have lights with it. And the cool thing is that if you do get that set, you can combine it with this set as well. And you can just make even bigger scenes. You could conceivably build a whole spaceship out of this stuff, which would be pretty crazy. But therein lies one of the issues, is building. Because, like I said, all the panels come apart. You can see here, it's strung through. You have to like feed the wires through. It can be kind of a pain because they are like, they're like little squids almost. They're like, they got like 3 ends. There's like one like female end and then 2 male ends. And when you feed them all through and then connect it all together, and then turn it on, and it doesn't turn on, or half of it turns on, it can be a real pain in the butt to pull it all apart and try and figure out what the problem is. So, could be slightly better designed in that aspect. These are like the pieces that hold everything like together, and they're an okay design, but definitely they don't slide on very well. And you know, you can really jab your fingers with it when you're pushing one out and it slips and you just stab your finger into it. You know, sounds horrible. It is, but no, it's not too bad. Honestly, once you get it together like this in a set, like in a kind of position, in a setup that you like, just whatever, if it pleases you, you're probably going to keep it like that for a little bit. I take mine, I keep the box just to like store the extra pieces in. There are a lot of extra pieces to fiddle around with, but I keep the box. I just keep it this like, I keep this all together like this, and I just pick it up, plop it on the box here, and put it in my closet. Put these underneath it. It stores away pretty good. But one other aspect of it is I'm using an AC, a wall outlet currently, but you can use, if you go out somewhere, you can just use a little portable charger, and there you go. That works just fine. Mine's kind of being a little weird right now, like it doesn't seem to be like detecting it or something for whatever reason. I don't know if like if it's not getting like the best connection. This does seem to be turning off after a few minutes, like it's not charging something, because it does turn off if it's not charging anything. So not too sure if there's just like some type of connection that's not quite appeasing it right now, but it's a great set. I do recommend it. I think this set goes for about $100 on Big Bad Toy Store. But I have gotten so much usage out of this. Like, I use it at least like once a week. Like, I mean, depending on how many videos I do. If I do Imperial videos, I'm breaking this out. I've done like, I actually did some cool things where I took the new Endor bunker playset and I put it, I put it in the front here, and I had this like behind it with the doors open, and you can just see the lights coming through. It looks fantastic. Only issue with the whole setup was that the Endor bunker has foliage on it, which didn't quite match what was going on here, but that's a different issue altogether. Not really an issue, it's preference, you know? What's your preference? Is this your preference? Do you want something like this? Are you looking for a cool display like this? Like I said, it's kind of like a pain to rig together. At first, you will get better at it. And again, if you put it all together and the lights don't turn on, it's like, but it's still fun. It's still a great set. And if you like put it together, if you do something like this, you can shove it into a shelf and it'll look fantastic. Like this could probably fit perfectly into a shelf with just how you could, leave these panels out, have it all set up, have the control panel like off to the side, or even figure out how to use the infrared device here, and just have it sitting in your room and looking awesome all the time. And I think that is about going to do it for the review of the Ubiquitous Nova set, the modular diorama set that I use in many of my videos, many of my thumbnails. Go through all my thumbnails, you'll be like, oh, that's where it is, and you can probably see right where I got it, because there's a point where I have this as my backgrounds in my thumbnails, and there's a point where I do not have it as the background in my thumbnails. And it is a testament to just how frequently I use it and just how much usage I have gotten out of it. Seems like it's pricey, but again, it's a big box. It's got lots of parts to it, and you can do tons of different display possibilities with it. And it's a little blown out right now because these LEDs are they just want you to look at them right now. But, do you have this set? Do you see my videos and you're just like, oh, this guy's using that lame diorama set. He can't make his own dioramas. I've been working on some stuff, but I don't always have enough time. So, I use this a lot. I do want I do want to spice things up a little bit, have some more variation in my dioramas and backgrounds and whatnot. I try to do what I can, but this is obviously comforting because it is always there for me. I have it sitting in my closet. It's all put together already. You just slap it on the table, plug it in, and I've got an Imperial base ready to go. And so yeah, again, do you have it? Let me know in the comments. If you're thinking about getting this, give me a like. That'd be pretty cool. And if you want more content like this, just more reviews, just talking about whatever Star Wars or some other toys I like picking up here and there, give me a subscribe, because that'd be cool too. Thanks for watching, everybody. And go follow me over on Instagram, because you can definitely see how I get some more usage out of this. Just all the angles and stuff. Same name over there, Genre88. And again, thank you for watching. Bye, guys.